Class is now in session at No Ball Better University.
BKUB!
No, it's not. I'm your professor, Jesse Holley. All my good students, please come to the front of the classroom. We are going to learn a little bit about pass rushing and how pass rushing moves are set up. The example that we're using today is one that a lot of people in Cowboy Nation are excited about. James Houston. This is the guy who was a kind of a right before training camp started signee. He had a good start into his career in Detroit, got some injuries, smaller, undersized dude, but has come to the Dallas Cowboys like a lot of other players have done and really turned his situation around. And he was kind of lost in the sauce for a little bit. And then the more you got out there on the field, you started seeing more of the impact that James Houston has. Now, I will say this, and this may not be popular to a lot of people because people want more of James Houston. I'll give him more reps, I am of the people that are saying, I'm not saying that not give him more reps, but I'm saying
I think they got him right.
Don't overuse him.
I think they got him right.
I think don't overuse James Houston. I think he is he's a hired assassin.
Yep.
Don't start sending him out on a lot of missions. Keep him in the spot where he's fresh, where he's not getting worn down. I think, anywhere from like 18 to 25 snaps is where you play James Houston. But let's go to the tape, John. So one of the things when you look at how James Houston has been able to have the success that he's had. Now, what you see right here, James Houston is the one that is circled. What we call that on the defensive side of the ball is wide 9. Okay.
Boy, Greg Ellis is looking at this picture like, why didn't I get to do that? Greg Ellis is like, how come I was head up with a tackle? He gets to go out there and have fun.
So this wide 9 formation, for those of you who don't know, we start with 0 being right over the center, and then we just keep moving gaps over. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is where he gets really, really, really wide outside of the end man of the line of scrimmage. Now, why is this important? Well, for one, James Houston is more on the smaller side of things,
about
right?
240.
He's about 240 shorty.
Listed as 241.
And we like the 240 shorties here in the DFW. But he's a smaller type, and he has the speed. And where that comes into play for guys like James Houston is, here's how I want to set up my moves. Looking like right now, this is last week against the New York Jets, where he's going up against first-round pick Armand Mimbo. So James Houston, he's out wide, and I want to see just when you're setting up moves, right, I want to give you different looks. I don't want to keep giving you the same look. I want to go back and forth. Here you have James Houston right now. He's on the opposite side. So he's saying, hey, I'll give the right tackle a little bit of love. I'll give the left tackle a little bit of love. I'll line inside the tight end. I'll line outside the tight end. I'll line out there by wide receivers. So there's a different amount of looks that you're getting from James Houston from this wide 9 position, right? But the whole time is he's still wide. He's still giving you that look of I'm coming at you with a lot of speed and a lot of force. So what does that mean to the right tackle or any tackle that James Houston may be facing when he's dealing with a guy who's in this wide 9 position? Well, you see the distance that he is from the end man on the defensive line of scrimmage and where he's at from the offensive line of scrimmage. His path to the quarterback is going to be this wide path that narrows in. Well, Jesse, why does that matter in the grand scheme of things? Well, when you look at the tackle, you see that arrow? That tackle now understands and knows that I have to get from this set position and I have to kick push way out there to that wide 9. So that my kicks, they have to be small, tight, precise, and quick. My first one, I got to get out there, then I got to shuffle. Well, here's why this works for James Houston. When that left tackle begins to kick way out there, right? He's kicking. What James Houston wants to do, and this is how I'm setting up the move, that wide 9 technique, one, I keep and maintain outside containment, especially when I have quarterbacks like Justin Fields who are susceptible to breaking the pocket and scramble. But what you're going to see is James Houston, he wants to catch that left tackle in a kick step. If I catch him in a kick step and he doesn't have an opportunity to set and get a base, Well, guess what? 240 with the running head start against 330 looks a lot different now.
Yeah.
Right? So that wide 9 means that tackle has to kick. And if I can catch him in a kick step, I can now bull rush him down the middle of his chest because he has no anchor, and I can push him back into the quarterback. You do this a couple of times. You keep coming at this guy with speed. You keep bearing down on him. You push him into the quarterback's lap. Look at Justin Fields. You think this is a pocket that Justin Fields wants to throw from? It's absolutely not a pocket where he wants to throw from. He can't step into the throw. The pocket has collapsed on him, and now balls begin to sail. They begin to be off target. They begin to off key.
Begin to be.
Yeah, well, for him,
they stay there.
They stay there. Yeah, for a player like that. But what James Houston, how do I set up my next move? And so now I've done this a couple of times to this left tackle. I bull rush him. I ran around him. And now you're going to see here, he's working up against the same guy that he's run at, let's just say 10 times in a row.
Okay.
Now I'm going to set up my spin move back to the inside.
It's time to party.
Same wide 9, same get off to the outside. Now the tackle is saying, I have to kick, push, and get way outside to James Houston. Now this is key. This is where your young pass rusher in Donovan Ezeraku has struggled with. When you set up a move, you can't start to doing your spin move when you're far away.
No.
You got to get up in him and make it look like you're about to run on the outside of him. Yeah. And then when you get him leaning, I get him, his hand reached out, I chop, I rip, I spin, and now he is cooked. I work my way back inside to where now I'm disrupting the quarterback, another hit on the quarterback. So when you look at James Houston and him being able to use that speed, being able to use that wide 9 technique, this is how he's setting up these moves. And now we use a spin move in this particular one, but now I can do up and under, I can do rip and dip, I can do the ghost move, a plethora of moves I can now use and work off of by taking that wide 9 technique, using my speed, coming down the middle of a player. And once I get him guessing, once I get him thinking, and this is why it's also important for a guy like James Houston getting those assassin-like snaps, is the tackle doesn't get a beat on me.
You get clearance.
What's clearance? Yeah. You just
tackle doesn't get a beat on him.
Yeah,
though.
tackle doesn't get a beat on him. And now when he comes back in the game, he knows what he's seeing with the tackle. He can work those moves. And this is why you see James Houston right now leading this Cowboys team in sacks, 3.5 sacks. Everyone else on this team only has 1 sack. So Justin Houston, I keep saying Justin Houston.
That's because that is the
I hope he becomes Justin Houston
pass rusher that lives in our brain.
From the Texans, right? Yeah.
Because he was
James Houston, Texans. Anyway, James Houston, his ability to get after the pass rusher has become useful because of the way that he uses his size, his speed, and the usability of that wide 9 technique.